This is Ted Rubenstein's Mysteries of the Universe. I'm Ted Rubenstein. We're here at one of the many Atlanta Zestos location with Chief Chef Nick Kopaglopolis. Nick, could you tell us a little bit about the Flounder dinner special today?
The Flounder dinner was real popular there for a week or so, but it got so popular we ran out. We haven't got any Flounder.
You mean to tell me you don't have any Flounder?
We got no Flounder, but we got this.
Somewhere there is truth. Somewhere things are clear. Somewhere there is truth. Somewhere things are clear. Somewhere there is truth. Somewhere things are clear. If you've been watching our program regularly, then you must know by now that what we're dealing with here are the unexplained questions of life, like, why can't cats fly? Or why does some men's clothing come only in even sizes? Or why can't I press a button at home and undress the people on my television set? Unfortunately, our budget here at Mysteries of the Universe is far too restrictive to tackle massive subjects like those. With only $5 to spend per show, we're forced to handle subjects that are a little bit closer to home, like, what is South Fulton County? Does it exist? And if so, how do you get there from here? For the answer to these questions, let's ask an expert. Here we are, live via satellite transmission, Hazel Gahagan, resident of South Fulton County. Ms. Gahagan, could you tell us a little bit about what your life is like in South Fulton County?
I am so proud to be here because I'm always so proud to tell anyone about South Fulton County. South Fulton County, like Atlanta and most of Fulton County, owes its origin to the railroad. While Atlanta, first called Terminus, was at the end of the line for many railroads, South Fulton County grew up along one of the railroads that ended there. South Fulton County's three major cities, Union City, Fairburn, and Palmetto, are all located along the railroad, and the railroad provides easy reference to everyone that lives there.
Powerful diesel engines pulling trains, some over 7 miles long. Imagine that, 7 miles long. Come from either direction along these tracks and go in either direction as well, carrying citrus fruit and peaches to the people of Atlanta, and business machines and automobiles back in exchange. But enough of what just passes through, because it's what's here, now in South Fulton County that you want to find out about. South Fulton County, an area rich in people, places, and history. And since history is where it all came from, let's begin with that. The first inhabitants of this region were a gregarious sort who spent many hours of the day and night socializing, getting to know their neighbors at such places as Gale's Saloon, the Knick-Knack, pictured here. I remember going there with Mama when I was a child, and today my daughter goes there with me. And J&C Salvage Grocery, also pictured here. Recipes would be swapped, knives sharpened, and friends would toast their mothers with a drink of their favorite beverage. Relics from this period are on display at our famous Indian Museum. Here, for example, is an exhibit of bottles from the early post-World War II period.
What I'm holding in my hand is the most current version of what you saw on display. If you are a keen observer, you might have noticed that its shape is similar to theirs. The thing that makes it unique are these colorful little stickers. Oh, thank you. Oh, there seems to be a little liquid left in the bottle. Waste not, want not, that's what I always say. Oh.
Just past Welcome All Road is the first city founded in South Fulton County, Union City. The only city in Georgia, by the way, named for the Union Pacific Railroad. And like its namesake, Union City is famous throughout the world as the originator of sprayed-on vinyl tops. Quite an accomplishment for such a small town. Now look at downtown Union City. Examine every detail and study it closely. Now look at the woman's club there. Now look at downtown Fairburn. Study it closely. Now look at Union City again. Now look at Fairburn again. They don't look anything alike now, do they? Now look at downtown Palmetto. Study it closely. Now look at downtown Fairburn again. They both look alike. Why, if you didn't know where you were already, then you might get confused. That's why they're known as the South Fulton County's twin cities. But the residents here can tell them apart. Just ask those teenagers under that bridge. Is this Fairburn or Palmetto?
It's Fairburn, you stupid bitch!
South Fulton County is such a prosperous area because there is so much industry there. There's Owens Corning Fiberglass, Prattville Apparel, and of course one of America's pioneers in high-tech technology, Porex Technologies, a company that started in the back room of a coin laundry and has grown so rapidly that its modern manufacturing facility takes up almost 3 acres of prime South Fulton County real estate. have with me one of the many fine products made by Porex. Porex 5116, the heavy-duty industrial disinfectant that comes in a handy spray bottle. One spray and every germ within 10 feet is destroyed. Although no one wants to leave this pristine setting, travel is still made easy with the convenient schedule of flights leaving the South Fulton County Skyport. Here, for example, one of the daily non-stop flights to Harlem is about to depart. As well as passengers, these planes carry important cargo like brine shrimp, which, along with catfish, is one of the principal sources of revenue for South Fulton's many pond owners. The South Fulton Skyport provides the vital link between commerce and tourism, of which we are so proud. To be sure, no tour would be complete without a glimpse of the natural beauty of South Fulton County. A drive down this picturesque country road reminds us of South Fulton County's poet laureate, Froggy McElmore, who wrote this. This is the forest primeval. Ain't it nice? Ain't it nice? And see the cows? Now you can't see anything like that on Piedmont Road, now can you? So that's South Fulton County in a nutshell. If you have any more questions, just ask little old me.
One last question, Ms. Gahagan. What do you people do for fun down in South Fulton County?
Well, for example, we might take a long trip out in the country and pick some raspberries and come home and make some good jam. Or we might just go to the girls' saloon and dance for a little.
I've been asked here today to tell you about truth. By the way, I'm a talking cat. No, I'm not. I'm a dog. I always like to contradict myself as soon as I can. For that, as you will later learn, is the best technique for telling the truth. Immediate contradiction. Maybe I'll tell you about that later on. Or maybe I won't.
Many of you probably recognize what I'm sitting on. It's a bidet, and you're probably giggling about it even as I speak. Most people do. That's because most people really don't know how a bidet is used, and they're too embarrassed to admit their ignorance. Earlier this day, Mysteries of the Universe representatives, acting in the manner of the certified professional statistician, went out and searched the city of Atlanta, meticulously combing randomly selected neighborhood planning units in order to bring to our laboratory a statistically correct, standardly deviated, chi-squared random sample of typical Atlantans from every conceivable income group, lifestyle, and demographic segment of society to ask them the question we have just discussed. What is a bidet? And how is it used? Here are their responses.
Of course I I know what this is, but it's just the kind of thing that you don't talk about.
In my homeland of India, there are many bidets. In the Taj Mahal alone, there are 235 bidets. It is an extremely common plumbing device in those homes that have plumbing. But the bidets in India are used for the washing of the feet. They are not used for a bathroom purpose, but they are inside the bathroom, and therefore they must be used and approached with the bathroom hand. The left hand is the bathroom hand in India, and the right hand is for the food. And so it would be very silly of me to approach the bidet with my right hand or to approach the food with my left hand. Oh no, you would never do this. But we do have the bidet in the Taj Mahal. There are many bidets.
You want to know what this is? I know what this is. This is a, what do you call this, a Bday? Yeah, I know this. You turn it on, hit these knobs, turn it on, here and here. Then if you want to take a drink, this is one of them all-in-one things. Take a drink here. Oops, too high. We have one of these down at the mission. Yeah. You can wash things in it too. I don't want to wash these socks in this today.
Well, yeah, I know what it's for.
Jesus. I told you nobody knew what a bidet was for, really. Well, stick around, because later on in Mysteries of the Universe, I'm going to explain exactly what it is.
I once had a moment when the door of truth was opened to me. Only it wasn't a door, but a bright light that jumped out at me and made me laugh. Shortly after that, I developed a theory about the transitive nature of truth. And every time I tell someone about it, it never seems the same.
Every week, we get letters from viewers with their own Mysteries of the Universe. This week, from Buckhead, Dear Mysteries of the Universe, why doesn't Atlanta have any supermarkets that cater to bisexuals? Love, Sticky Bear. Well, Sticky Bear, we have good news for you. Atlanta has one. It's located at Ansley Mall, and it's open 24 hours to cater to your bisexual needs. Either one. If you have any questions, write us at Mysteries of the Universe. We seek answers for you.
I'm not going to discuss the truth any further, and that is final. I will, however, say that the truth is a friend of mine, and that I use it whenever it is convenient or beneficial to me. And if you don't agree with what I've said, you must have heard it wrong.
Anyone who has shopped in one of Atlanta's upscale business districts has inevitably seen many displays of Varnish Bread in the smarter boutiques and restaurants located there, much like this display of Varnish Bread in the window of Capo's restaurant. But why do people varnish perfectly good bread when much of the world is starving? Mysteries of the Universe wants to know. On tonight's edition of Celebrity Home Workshop, we'll find out as we visit with television personality Dick Richards, who along with James Bond and Potsy Duncan bring you the fantastically popular American music show seen here on this channel, and whose hobby, incidentally, is varnishing bread.
After a
busy day of TV taping, nothing is more relaxing for me than varnishing some bread. Let me change into something more practical, and I'll show you how it's done. Of course, as a busy television personality, I don't have time to bake breads and varnish them too. So I have chosen some breads that can be purchased at the supermarket. These croissants and this loaf of the new butter crust style bread. I particularly like this groove down the center. Now this loaf presents a unique problem that I will tell you about later. But first, let's varnish these croissants. It's really quite simple. All you do is take this shellac, which is simply another name for varnish, and paint it on the croissant. Being careful not to spoil the croissant's flaky beauty. With these croissants set on a rack to dry, let's turn our attention to this butter crust bread. Now, since it's pre-sliced, we're going to have to glue it back together again before it can be varnished. Now, what I'm using is this can of spray mount that you can get in any art supply store, and these toothpicks. And once the bread is glued back together again, it's just lovely, isn't it? And ready to be varnished. And you varnish it just as you did the croissant, with this can of shellac and this brush. You paint the varnish on, and then set the bread on a rack to dry. Once you finish, comes the most rewarding part of varnishing breads, and that's the shriek of thrill and delight you'll hear when you present a gift of your handiwork to a close personal friend. Let me demonstrate. Hi, Shirley. I've been varnishing some bread, and I brought you a gift loaf.
That's the most beautiful loaf of varnished bread I've ever seen.
Aren't these things great? I know I've certainly enjoyed playing with mine. That reminds me, I'd promised you an explanation of the bidet. It was named after its inventor, Jean-Claude Henri Francois Bday, the designer of the Paris sewer system. You see, in 16th century France, showers were uncommon, but Parisians, much like their contemporary American counterparts, were emphatic that the sex organs be cleansed before sex. By squatting over a bidet, this was easily accomplished. The use of showers, though, now has all but eliminated the need for bidets, although they remain popular fixtures in the homes of many sexually active adults. Well, that does it for tonight's show. We'll be back here again next week to further the cause of human understanding. We hope you'll be able to join us on Ted Rubenstein's Mysteries of the Universe.
Oh, here she comes. Oh, she's bad. She's obscene, like a magazine that's fascinating. Oh, I said from bad to worse. She's curved, she runs at the mouth. Oh, move, move, move. Move your body on down. Down, she's down. She's on your body on down. Like a move, move, move your body. Ow, bad, bad, bad. So bad. How bad can it get, baby? Huh. Bad, bad, bad. So bad. How bad can it get? Like an animal, cut loose to bust free. Be captured, out looking for meat. Hey, shame, shame, shame. Gotta know my name, 'cause you're nasty. Move, move, move. I move your body on down. Down, she's down. She's on your body on down. Move, move, move. I move your body. Ow! Bad, bad, bad. So bad. Well, how bad can it get, baby?